What's up everybody, we're DVTV. Today we're actually leaving Germany, we're going back to Thailand.
We wanted to do a video on our experience with Thai Airways. It's both of our first time flying with them, so we're pretty excited. We're flying economy because we're not at that level yet. So far the check-in process was pretty smooth. We did an online check-in at the beginning, then we just went and dropped off our bags. And yeah, it was pretty smooth. They did want to make sure that we had a flight out, but fortunately we had our visas that we had already applied for in advance. So after that, it was pretty good. Phil got to go through the EU German citizen immigration while I had to wait in line for all the other passports, so that was fun.
Interesting fact, today we're actually flying the Airbus A380, the biggest commercial airplane there is. I've flown it once before, I think you haven't.
No.
We're gonna see how that is.
Yeah, he's pretty excited about it. Today, Phil told me that is, what is it?
International Day of Smiles.
National Day of Smiles, and we're going to the country of smiles. So let's go. This was my first time flying on an Airbus A380, and let me just say, it is huge! It took us forever to get to the back of the plane where our seats were. We were in row 71, and it took us a good 5 minutes without any wait just to walk back there. Since we were at the back of the plane, we noticed the stairs that led up to the upper deck where primarily first and business class are located. There are a few economy seats up there as well. We didn't get to go up there since it was blocked off, but it was nice to see how the other half lives. Maybe one day we'll get to fly up there. I was in my preferred seat choice right next to the window. I am 5'7", and there was a good amount of space in the seat. Everyone had their own onboard entertainment and footrest, which was nice and comfortable. Phil was originally in the middle seat, however, after we took off, the guy who was in the aisle seat moved over to one of the empty spaces. We got really lucky on this flight. Sumo had his own seat the whole ride, giving us some more space, and it made the entire flight a little more comfortable. Every economy seat was given a headset along with a pillow and a blanket, which is pretty standard for international flights, but there were no other amenity kits provided. Phil is 6 feet tall, and there was enough space and legroom on this flight. He could even stretch out a bit, which hasn't been the case for a lot of flights we've been on. Shortly after takeoff, the flight attendants began to serve drinks and a pretzel snack. And then not long after that, the first meal was served, which we had the option of a beef stew with mustard sauce and mashed potatoes, or chili paste chicken with rice. I chose the chili paste chicken with rice, which came with green beans. Overall, it wasn't horrible for airplane food. There was some flavor, which is nice, and it didn't stop me from eating my entire meal because #travel day. The meal did come with a bread roll, some cheese, pasta salad, a water bottle, and a dessert. The dessert was a little weird. It was warm, so I didn't really eat that, but overall, it was a decent airplane meal. It was a 10-hour-long red-eye flight, leaving Frankfurt at 3 p.m. and arriving in Bangkok at 6:30 a.m. So I was extremely thankful for the amount of space in the back of the plane, along with the 4 bathrooms available. Since it was an overnight flight, the cabin lights were off for about 5 hours, and since I can't sleep on flights, I was very happy to see the variety of games, movies, and TV shows on this flight. There were about 100 different movies to choose from, including new releases. There was also Wi-Fi, but it was pretty expensive. We just ended up sticking with the free onboard entertainment, but it is available. About 1 hour prior to landing, the lights came on and the second wave of food and drinks were served. This was considered breakfast, and there was only one option available, which was chicken, sausage, and eggs. The breakfast meal was definitely a little better than the dinner meal, and the meal came with a bread roll, fruit cup, yogurt, and orange juice. After a 10-hour flight, we were excited to see Bangkok, and we were ready to start our Thailand adventures. Sawadee-ka! We made it to Thailand. Overall, the direct flight on the Airbus A380 from Frankfurt to Bangkok was good. There were 2 food and drink service runs, which is pretty standard for a 10-hour international flight. There were no other drink runs aside from during those 2 meals, so if I just needed some more water or something to drink, I went up to the flight attendants and they were happy to give me some. There were no alternative snacks other than the pretzels, and the only time those were served were at the beginning of the flight. I mean, I love my travel day snacks, so I wish I would have known that in advance. I would have just packed a few snacks. And to be honest, the food on the flight wasn't great. I mean, it was okay for airline food, and at least they served us. I personally think whenever you're traveling within Asia or traveling from Asia to another country, the food tends to be a little better. So right after our flight from Frankfurt to Bangkok, we took a direct flight from Bangkok to Chiang Mai. The flight was with Thai Airways, and we had no issues with our bags. They even fed us on that 70-minute flight, which is awesome. Thai Airways is supposed to be one of the best airlines to fly with in the world, and we would rank it above average. It was an overall good experience, and we would definitely fly with them again. We really hope you enjoyed this video. It's a little different than the style of videos we've done before. Let us know in the comments below your craziest or favorite flying experience. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up. And if you like our videos, please subscribe to our channel. As always, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye!